Point of control here.
So there's no live video, but there is a sign up where you can sign up to watch Fed's posting live.
All right, welcome everybody to the stream. I know we got a lot of new members here. We're trying to be patient, wait for good setups. So far, that was a fade value area extreme off the upper band. It's also on the volume profile. So in balanced market conditions,
0.2% plan.
it's kind of lining up a little better than it was before.
And US wholesale sales month per month forecast 0.1%, 0.3%. The Swiss business minister on US tariffs says important sectors are affected, such as the watch industry, machines, medical equipment, food industry, such as coffee, energy drinks, and.
Oh, you son of a. Now I got caught the other way. Oh. Bastard.
Swiss business minister on US tariffs says there is no macroeconomic crisis comparable, for example, with Canada. However, the uncertainty is very high.
Now we're moving to the upside. Can this sustain, or is this just a trap? No, I didn't see that coming at all either. $650 is the level. Looks like it wants to chew right through it. But we'll see. What was that? Was that news? What was that?
One minute to go down, I believe, with the US wholesale inventories month to month revised.
If there's news coming out here,
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Zero spot 1%, 0.1% lower than the forecast, and 0.1%.
Lower than forecast.
You have Contra Telecom for 0.3%, 0.3% higher than forecast, or 0.1%, and Canadian PMI 55.8, 55.8.
It's a fucking market, man.
Swiss Business Minister and US tariff says the negotiation pressure was massively increased.
Gunning for all-time highs. Look at this chart. It's been going straight up since yesterday morning. Craziness.
And then Sutter says the Swiss don't see to move still at any cost.
Projection. Back to point of control. Come on. Let's go. Turn to value.
Seeing the wholesale trade sales data revised, I revised to minus 0.4% from the original 5 minus 0.3%.
NQ doing its crazy stuff.
We have posted out the Canadian PMI report of June 2025 and the US wholesales.
All right. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream. All new traders. Welcome to the VWAP Wave System. It did bounce right off of session upper band. That was a nice price discovery continuation long. Will it hold? I don't know. That could have been buyers just trying to hold it up. When we go lower, we will see. Could have caught a nice scalp there, though. Except I tried that same trade yesterday and it crushed me, so I was a little scared to take that one there. Yesterday and it crushed me, so I was a little scared. All right, just a reminder again, we have group coaching today at 12:30 for all premium members. If you want to join with a free trial, there's a description in the video. You can check out the coaching, the premium side of the Discord. Sure looks like it wants to go higher, doesn't it? Really held nicely there. Looks like it could be turning into an anemic bounce. I don't know. It's hard to read up here. We're still kind of an excess price area of the distribution we formed.
Let's Bostic says a ton of economic scenarios that could play out, and it's hard to assign probabilities.
Now gold is selling off. The Russell is tanking. So is the Dow. NQ is the only one doing this, guys. Doesn't bode well for NQ. How long can it diverge for before it joins the rest of the market and selling off? ES isn't selling off a lot, but we're at VWAP. We have a very balanced market on ES. I think I'm going to try the short. Now, there it goes. So return to value. 609, maybe. We take the back test. Back test here.
Bostic says the outlook is for the economy to continue slowing, but I also expect a real uncertainty about what that means.
You bastard. Give this one a little more breathing room.
Bostic says firms are still in wait and see pattern around employment, and there's likely to be upward pressure on prices for 6 to 12 months. And that puts pressure on the Fed. Swiss President Kallasata says it's possibly not an accident that the trade deficit was 38.5 billion and tariffs were decided at 9%.
Go. Lower. Yes. Boom. Oh, I'm right there. I'm $6 away. $6. Suja, I do a recap of my trades, of all the trades in the Discord.
The most important question for the Fed is whether
Suja, you gotta join the Discord.
More consistently. Trump team likes Waller desire for rate cuts based on forecast. Waller has met with Trump team, but not with the president. Waller emerges as favorite for Fed chair among Trump team. So again, Fed's Waller emerges as favorite for Fed chair among Trump team, and Trump team likes Waller's.
So that was right to point of control. Bounce there. I gotta catch $6. That was a nice one. That was just a return to value. Not even. It's still kind of a fade value or extreme, really. In the big picture here. On the band, it was kind of like a return to value, but on the profile, it was a fade value or extreme.
As Bostic says, policymakers would not respond to a one-time price shift. There are compelling reasons to be skeptical.
This is craziness.
As Bostic says, in the way the tariffs are unfolding, make it hard to pin down the impact. It's just the upside episode, which will last much longer than people anticipated.
All right, back down to this level.
Further detail then about Waller. So Fed's Waller is emerging as a top candidate to serve the central bank.
Okay.
For replacement.
These are now XFAs. $9,000 times 5.
Forecasting rather than current data. There's deep knowledge of the Fed system as a whole.
Took about 5 days.
A bit more detail. So Walsh, a former Fed official, and Hassett, apparently Trump's National Economic Council director, also remain in contention.
The link is in the description of the video, Suja.
They said, which will open up tenure as chair expires in May 2026.
All right, well, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to open up my take profit trader, which is I'm still trying to pull out of the hole from yesterday.
Says evolution of tariff rollout.
They're going to want to take me live. Or maybe not. I don't know. I always tend to blow it after like a couple payouts. So they're going to call me a sim farmer. It's probably what they're going to do. I don't need their trading capital. That's the thing. I kind of like their XFA model where I can copy trade 5. It's kind of way better than one live account, in my opinion. I can fund my own live account. I don't need them for that.
Could shift expectations.
So, it is what it is. It's just a grind logger, you know, it's a little bit out of a time. I do swing some size, as you guys know. And I do that so I can get through them faster, right? And at the risk of blowing accounts. Not everybody can do that. I have a little more capital, liquidity at hand where I can kind of do that kind of thing. Yeah, yep. And that's just so I can get it done faster, really. So now they'll scale me down in the XFA. You can only take a couple when you first start it. Tomorrow, it kind of is, you know, kind of is. Now, you can definitely, I recommend taking it a lot slower, obviously, and not swinging the size, because if you haven't really gotten any consistency yet, you'll probably blow more accounts than you'll make. You know, that's the other side of it. But once you get good enough, you could swing bigger size. You'll lose some accounts in the process, but you can nail down the big payouts like I've been getting. I got a $12,000 and a $11,000 payout just last month from Top Step. Haven't gotten one in a couple of weeks, so I'm kind of itching to get another one. All right, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to open up my Take Profit Trader account. See what we get. Here we go. So I'll start trading those tomorrow. My goal with those, I'll try and make $1,000 a day for 5 days and take a $10,000 payout. That's generally what I do. That's my goal. Yep, risk is very much limited. Yep. They don't allow me to swing the big size in the XFA as they do in the combine either. So I got to kind of drill it a little more, scalp it. ES is breaking lower band. Look at that. Good call, Sonny. Very weak. Probably going to bring NQ down with it. Oh, come on.
As Bostic says, fundamentals of the economy are still quite solid.
Yes, yes. Fundamentals of the economy are still quite solid. I paid that torp. Come on. A lot of buyers there. Come on, a little higher. Let's go. Flipped long there. Damn. Damn, man. Such a pain in the ass. That's what I get for swinging too much out of that account. I can't catch a break in my take profit trader account. It's like up a lot, down a lot, up a lot, down a lot.
Bostic says small businesses are feeling acute strains from tariffs due to narrow.
Yeah, NQ does what it wants. For those of you on YouTube, I'm generally watching the Discord chat. I don't really pay attention much to the YouTube chat. I apologize. Isabel, I would check out the my videos. I go over how I take trades and entries in my videos. Be sure to watch all the videos.
10 minutes away from the bottom of the hour to the EI natural gas change VCF. Let's go back to Boston. Boston says
All right,
small
I'm gonna open up
businesses
this
also have
account.
less ability to absorb import taxes without raising prices. Go back to forecast. Here, natural gas change. The forecast is for a build of 12 BCF and prior was a build of 48 BCF. Vice President Kenneth Sutton says Swiss President Kenneth Sutton said, "We had signals from U.S. negotiators that they support the deal and think it's good. It can't be 100% certain that Trump will see it that way."
Just kind of holding up here.
Chevron says tariff impact in 2025 estimated at less than 1% of the company's third-party spending and is not expected to be material to financial results. It's according to an SEC filing. Vice President Kenneth Sutton says
This area has been the buy spot so far.
We also have some strong cars to play.
Well, it looks like it's starting to get weaken up. Here he goes. No. Another fake out.
Bostic says we've still yet to see all the price changes. We'll see.
Big battle here. Awesome, Grasshopper. That's great. I wanted to thank you for your teachings. It has helped me turn my trading around. You explain the auction theory and profile in a way I can understand. Awesome. Yeah, ES is tanking. That's NQ is probably gonna give.
Fed's Bostic says stress on lower income consumers.
Looks like it's about to break here.
He says savings from the pandemic have been spent.
Now, is this a trap? This is VWAP.
5 minutes going out to be a BEI natural gas storage change. Forecasted for a build of 11 BCF. Prior was a build of 48 BCF.
VWAP did not hold. That was also the break of this lower distribution. So we'll just sit tight.
As Bostic says, I don't know how consumers would respond to another round of price increases.
All right.
US Treasury yield.
See if I could crawl out of this hole in my take profit now.
Yield on 10-year Treasury note last flat at about.
Getting kind of tired of digging out of holes on that account. I don't know what is it about take profit trader. I don't know. I have a lot of difficulty with that. I think it's because they give me a lot of size to work with no matter what. I just take advantage of it too much.
That's Bostic says jobs report was a surprise to everyone, saying that the job provisions were quite large and showed churn and turbulence in the economy. That's Bostic says I have not seen signs of a dramatic slowdown in the labor market in the southeastern states. ConocoPhillips CEO sees extra supply in oil market due to OPEC+. Fed's Bostic said the July jobs report did cause a shift in thinking about how Fed is doing on its employment mandate. Bostic says the number raises.
Tick strike just stopped working.
Or the risks are more balanced now.
Have to close it and restart it. I don't know what just happened there.
Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman plans to meet Trump in Washington in November. 1 minute to go now to look at the natural gas storage change data.
I don't know. This looks pretty weak. Back to VWAP here. Back test.
Ten seconds. build of 7 BCF.
IB
BCF
set.
That the expected build of 11 BCF. The S&P 500 up about 0.16%, Nasdaq up 0.6%.
Took that short off of VWAP there. See if we could break the IB low and go down to lower band. That would be epic.
That's positive.
Is that 515?
It's been surprising how markets have shrugged off the price impact of tariffs.
Take profit at 21. See if we can get there. I'm up 120 ticks right now with my one last contract. If we break this level, we can go a lot lower. Nah.
So US natural gas futures extending gains up 1.7% after the EIA reports a smaller than expected storage build. That's positive says that I am expecting volatility.
Algo is doing crazy stuff here, guys. Screwing everybody out. Probably going to take this. Wait for the next. Squeeze everybody out. Before it goes lower. It's like a 40-point rip in like a minute. NQ's crazy. It makes it so hard to hold any trade. That's why we trade level to level, guys. Scalping is kind of like the way for day trading NQ anyway. Any type of size.
Spot 6 says tariffs can't be looked through because they're meant to induce structural change, potentially leading to more persistent impacts.
Back to VWAP. Break above it can be bullish, but it keeps rejecting at it, so could go lower. Reclaim of VWAP, I think would trigger longs. Otherwise, we do have a distribution starting to form here.
Spot 6 says federal debt will divert liquidity, and the Fed will have to watch what happens in that regard. Spot 6 says it has made tremendous progress in reducing its balance sheet.
Comes the sellers. Next leg down. Lower band.
Swiss government sees the economy cooling significantly this year, growing at around 0.8%.
Yeah, JP, I mean, this is, thus there lies the problem with trying to catch big moves on NQ. It's so rotational right now. The rhythm is just up, down, up, down. You could add up 30 points by just trading the extremes for scalps. That was kind of bullish right there. Let's see.
Spot 6 says I'll be watching over the next several months how Treasury issuance influences liquidity.
Good job, Norm.
Spot 6 says that
Well done, sir.
Market function as we reduce the Fed balance sheet. Swiss government says that the Swiss economy will have to settle for economic growth of between 0.5% and 1% this year and next. Spot 6 says they still feel that one cut for this year remains appropriate, but there is a lot of data coming before the September meeting. Swiss government says that means we are far from a severe crisis where GDP will shrink by 2% or more. Bostic says that the jobs data did indicate risks to the labour market is much higher than seen before the last meeting.
Now I have to close it and reopen it, David. Seems like it's working now. I think it's not dead. Might be dead. No, I don't think it's dead. All right, no, it's good.
Spot 6 says, I'm hopeful that by mid to late next year, price pressures will have eased.
It's the move. Okay, dug out of the hole. Don't diddle in the middle. J. Scott, don't diddle in the middle. What's the probability it will fill up the RTH gap? I have no idea, Isabel. And really doesn't matter for my trading system. As a day trader, you know, scalper especially. Gap fill up. Would be a gap fill down too. It looks like it wants to fill the gap, Isabel.
Connection lost.
And it's still so early. When I start to stream that early, guys, it's like, whoa. It's not even 11 yet. It's 10:42. Switch over. Every single buy attempt, or it could be just a little short squeeze out all the shorts, and then they bring it lower, low volume sell off, rip it, low volume sell off over and over again. Some buyers stepping in here again. I'll be right back. Hey, this would be kind of a return to value on the volume profile long. This can hold. With 610 being the price target. Woof. Big rejection. Big flush. That was a big old bull trap. So that was a rejection right out of that attempt to return to value on the bigger profile here.
So just a heads up, the Swiss Federal Council press conference has finished.
Lower it goes. Nice, Dan. Another 20 points for Dan. All right, is that a sweep of lows, or are we going to continue lower? Is this the big break we were all hoping for? Crazy. What fuckery, guys. $30 points in seconds. Sweep of lows.
In 10 minutes' time now, at the top of the hour, to the release of the New York Fed inflation expectations.
I mean, this looks like lower to me, to be honest. I mean, look at that volume profile. Look at that ledge. It's like some unfinished business to me. I think I'll take a little small size there. Nice trade. I stop at break even. Hopefully it doesn't come back. Well, it looks like it's going to come back. Ugh. See if we can catch a runner on this one. Lose the lows to lower band. Five L's in a row? Is that what you mean, Chuck? 5 L's total? Oof. I mean, we are trading in the middle of a distribution, right? So it's very choppy. Fake out after fake out. Trap after trap. The market's getting you today. If you're trying to chase price on this, you're in bad shape. Because it just keeps reversing.
As Bostic says, it will not be surprising if descents continue at FOMC meetings, given the complexity of the moment.
Especially on the 1 minute. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, let's try it again. See if it works again.
Bostic says it's harder now to make policy decisions than it was 12 months ago. Risks to both mandates are changing.
So far the, we have this low volume node.
Moments to go to the New York Fed
The
inflation
edges of value have been working.
prior was 3.02%.
So far. Until we break out of this. This could be it. All right, do we go down to 517, 518?
Fed's says businesses are moving AI into their business processes. The implications for deployment are not clear.
Comes. How did I not get filled on? Oh, I did get filled. Look at that. Killer trade. I had my orders placed at lower band. Got filled 3. Bounced immediately for 15 points in seconds. Yeah, Chuck, you have the prettiest charts I've ever seen. Super pretty.
Bostic says AI is disrupting parts of the economy that traditionally have not been subject to, including.
All right, guys, we're coming up on the 11 o'clock top of the hour. How have you guys been trading? How are we doing out there today? If you're fading the edges of the distributions, you know, it's good until it doesn't. Just make sure you stop out long. Russell. Wow. We on it. You found like a higher level. Gary, what do you got? Higher time frame value area? Yes, still tanking here.
Fed's Bostic says the rise of pay later programs show consumers are stretched, which is a source of concern for the Fed.
ES is now red. Let's see the Russell. Looks like we're melting through all these levels.
1 minute to go down to the Fed 1-year inflation expectation.
I have the band way up at 230.
3.02%. Bostic says U.S. consumers a big question mark right now.
Look at the yearly chart. How we back tested the yearly VWAP band twice. Today and yesterday.
10 seconds. Reasonable 0.9%. Reasonable 0.9%. Comments from Franklin Discover Bailey says market repricing is no surprise given fine balance. I'm not prejudging Bank of England's decision or pace of QT for October. More uncertainty now about when steps are taken. And domestic factors are the main driver of rate cut decision. Yield curve will be considered for QT decision. So apparently speaking of comments being released.
Like a bit of a long here.
Into Bloomberg TV. Steepening of yield curve is a global phenomenon. New York Fed said 3-year consumer inflation expectations flat since July. And New York Fed 5-year inflation, consumer inflation expectations at 2.9% in July versus 2.6%. The New York Fed says outlook for labor market is mixed in July. Home price rise expectations unchanged at 3% in July. New York Fed say they see consumers see credit easier to get in the future. So consumers see credit easier to get in the future. U.S. Treasury to auction $73 billion of 6-month bills.
Yeah, I hear that. President Trump speaks at the market closed. Dan Corkill got 84 points today trading the VWAP Wave System. Good job, Dan. Killing it. Shelly, good day trading small. Paid off today. Yeah, I hear that. I have not been trading small today, but I'm doing okay. Yep, big whipsaws today. Yeah, you'd have to be trading the value or extremes on the profile were the best setups. A lot of shit setups on the, we got that nice band set up. We did get that. That was look at that bottom. I mean, that's a textbook fade value or extreme long right there. I don't think it's going to hold again, but we'll see. All right, we're going to go for another 30 minutes, and I'm going to take a break because we got group coaching at 12:30 today. So I'll have some lunch. We'll wrap up at 11:30 today. Not too shabby. All right. Looks like we're going to test this low again. We do have a flat VWAP band, but, the wider market is selling off hard. Dow is straight down. It's had one green candle since the open. 1 5-minute green candle. Look at this thing. That's the short. JP, you wanted to stay short? Look at this chart. Should have traded the Dow. This would have been the easiest short in the world to hold. It literally went straight down. Look at the hourly chart. I mean, you could trade the Dow. Trades $5 a tick, just like NQ. It's actually a lot cleaner than NQ. Yeah, it's down almost 300 points. It also back tested the upper band on the yearly VWAP. It was quite bearish.
The US is to sell $73 billion.
We can go back to VWAP.
Settle 1 14 and $82 billion in 3-month bills for the same days as well.
Yeah, except Jay, how would you know that was the top at 10 a.m.? We were marching towards all-time highs at that point. We got another sell here. Back test. Yeah, we do. Another back test to IB low there. You wouldn't, JP. You wouldn't know on any of them. That's why I think it's incredibly hard to try and catch these massive moves. 80% of the time, it's not doing that. So you got to take a lot of losses and hold a lot of trades, hoping it's the big move to eventually be able to grab it. And for most people, that's incredibly difficult. You had to have to treat every trade like it's going to be the big move. And you know how many times you're going to get stopped out? Because you never know which one's going to be the big move.
Now index little change to 2.53%.
And that was kind of my point. And that's why I don't trade that way. Or at least day trade. In a swing account, it's way different. You have time on your side. Right? You can buy stocks, you can buy instruments, and you can hold it for the long time because eventually these indexes will go up, right? But if we're day trading, we're trading an hour, 2, 3 hours out of the day, what are the odds the big move is going to be in that window? And then how many stabs do we have to take at it with high leverage and manage risk to be able to nail it? I mean, trying to wrap my head around the ability to do that it's like, wow. That's exactly why I prefer scalping. Yes. Yep. High probability trade over and over and over again. Now that's only with day trading, guys. If I were a swing trader, totally different story. Now you have time on your side and you're not using as much leverage. Right? Take leverage out of the equation, put time on your side, and you can hold through the wiggles and wait for the big move, right? Much, much different. Day trading is a totally different story. We can't treat day trading like it's swing trading. We can't treat swing trading like it's day trading. Two different games. Day trading with high leverage, man, trying to catch big moves. I can't imagine anything harder. And to make it more mind-numbing, you got these people on TikTok and Instagram. I caught 400 points today on NQ. I held from the top toppy top to the bottom. I knew that this was going to be the big sell-off. I knew exactly where it was going to go and when it was going to start. Based on ICT, power of 3, fair value gap inverse. Yeah, that's good. I do catch bigger moves, not in my futures account. Typically long only, and I hold, right? I buy good places on my longer term charts, my longer term VWAPs, and I hold. A couple days, couple weeks, right? I'm not watching every tick. I'm not using leverage. So it's not going to liquidate me when it goes down 0.1%. Smart, just normal shares. Regular shares. Free commissions. I do sell options. I don't buy options. Time is working against you when you're buying options. So you definitely don't want to be swing trading options. Now you want to talk about hard games? Whew. Buying options and holding them? I mean, you're literally losing money just by holding them. Oh yeah, Sonny. I've seen people lose a lot of money day trading options. A lot of money. You can lose a lot of money day trading futures. That's the beauty of prop firms. Protect your ass. You can lose all your money quickly. Yep, exactly. Theta decay. Hey, Sagar, to learn system, I recommend joining the free Discord, downloading the VWAP Wave setup guide. Links are in the description of this video. You get started with all the learning materials. There's a lot of them. Next stop, we can go, hey, that was all that low was also the swing high from 9 o'clock last night. Interestingly enough.
Forward bills totaled to $268.3 million.
Is this it? Man, they're really trying to break this level. There it goes. Another sweep low and bounce. A lot of buyers down there. I mean, there's a couple other thoughts that, Sonny. Generally, if it's tested multiple times, it's getting weaker because of all the passive buyers at that level are getting taken up, right? So eventually it's going to crack because there's no buyers left at that area. But that looked like a manipulation, right? They let it break, probably trapped a bunch of shorts, flushed them out. It's hard to say. You know, there's no like hard rule. Nothing happens all the time, as you know.
Minutes away from the bottom of the average, the US selling with the US with the 4-week bill auction private high yield or full spot to 9%.
Richie, I think it's probably changed a little bit. Looks like it's between
$100 billion of 4-week bills.
I think that's, you know, it's kind of like a ledge, right? But also we have this one here. Bit of a ledge there. That's kind of holding, but there's a little bit of a low volume node there. Absolutely, Richie. Thanks for being a part of the group and participating. This looks strong. This could be the big rally out of here now. We'll see. So we had a couple of good buys down here. Should be able to see the delta in the bottom right. Did I remove it? No, it's there. That's the 1 minute delta. Looks like a bit of a rounding bottom. That's what it looks like. That was the biggest buying we've probably had since earlier this morning.
A reminder about 5 minutes time, we're expecting the 4-week bill auction prior high yield or 4.29% prior bid cover of 2.63. According to Ray's Pewter met with India's National Securities Advisor Dover.
Sellers have entered the chat. Be right back. Well, like I said, sellers have entered the chat. Man, it keeps getting bought up every time. They're not making this easy on anybody, are they?
Surely expecting the following bill auction data.
JP, the answer is yes. Stubbornly smart. Well, it's been a generally good day. I mean, the range has been good. Super wicky. I mean, the 5-minute chart is so ugly. Look at the 5-minute. Just wick city. Look at those wicks. Real no, you know. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to have lunch. There it goes. I'm done trading for today. We're going to have group coaching at 12:30. If you want to head on over to the Trader Lounge, until then, please do so. You guys can share your mic, share your screens, collaborate with your fellow VWAP Wave System traders. We'll have group coaching in about an hour. I'll see you there. And otherwise, if you can't make it, it will be recorded. And then we will be back at it tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Discord, 10 a.m. on YouTube. Oh, have a nice trip, Zalos. Have a good trip. Be safe. We'll see you when you get back. And for you guys that can attend group coaching, I'll see you in about an hour. I'm going to eat some lunch and see you in a little bit. So have a great day. If you're going to continue trading, manage your risk, stay sharp. And I'll see you guys in group coaching here in a little bit. Have a great day.